After the Battle of Yavin, things took a turn for Darth Vader, especially in the eyes of his Sith master, Darth Sidious, who took no time in punishing his Sith apprentice and ultimately humiliating him in the eyes of the Empire. What Sidious first did was he took the power of command from Darth Vader. No longer was he the commanding officer of the Devastator, his own flagship. That was given to a newcomer, Colonel Kel Bircher. What was Vader's new assignment? Sidious sent Vader to oversee the construction of the second Death Star. Not only was Vader disgusted by the first Death Star, as we saw in A New Hope, but now he had to endure the sight of a second one. We get to see Vader's reaction in a minute, but what we do find out in the following is that Vader quickly bonded with a system designer for quad drive yards, and she was called Bira C. For some reason or another, she had a strong connection to the Force, and Vader sensed this immediately. Right afterwards, he made her his personal assistant and servant. Ultimately, the goal was to find out as much as possible without the Emperor finding out about it. During this time, two rebellion members were trying to secretly infiltrate the Empire, and especially the Devastator in its weakened form. Bira C was right on top of the situation. She immediately informed Darth Vader via secret communications that the first prisoner was identified as Wedge Antilles. Naturally, Vader was quite familiar with the Antilles family, noting that the whole despicable family was filled with traitors. But when it came time to inform him of the second prisoner, Bira C went on to find out afterwards and told Vader the following. As the Sith Lord waited for the information, watching as the second Death Star was being built, an officer informed Vader that priority message was being beamed on Vader's personal channel. Vader opened communications, and Bira C had the information he wanted. The internal security logs report the two rebel couriers had been found and engaged in the lower decks of the Devastator. They are expected to be in custody shortly. But there's more. Bira went on to reiterate that one of the prisoners was Wedge Antilles. However, the second one had been ID'd now as well through some obscure provincial databases and a turned-up moisture farming permit. The second prisoner originated from Tatooine, and Vader uttered the word Skywalker. Bira was shocked. How did he know this? But Vader wasn't one to answer questions. She now had new orders. Skywalker was to be detained at any cost, and then Bira C will bring him before Vader. The Sith went on to assure Bira C that she will be rewarded for this, and the Empire will be in considerable debt to the woman officer. But for Bira C, the satisfaction of Vader was reward enough. Immediately after she logged off, Vader looked on as the second Death Star was being built. He had one word in his mind: fools. Only fools would put their faith on another one of these battle stations. A failed battle station in the eyes of Vader. The Emperor doesn't yet realize that the ultimate power in the universe lies elsewhere, and Vader now had embarked on the path to getting that power. The power of father and son, an unbreakable bond. Together they would rule the galaxy, and they wouldn't need a technological monstrosity like a second Death Star to achieve that. It was now fully clear his viewpoint on the Death Star. The first one was an overreaching of the Empire, not investing in Star Destroyers and the might of the Empire and the might of the military, but in one single space station that was destroyed, its garbage hovering around Yavin. Now the fools, according to Vader, were embarking on a second Death Star, essentially a second mistake. It was no secret that Darth Vader hated the Death Star, and what do you guys think about the construction of a second Death Star? The Emperor and everybody involved with the second Death Star were fools. What do you think about conceiving another Death Star? Talk to me down in the comment. Thank you so much for watching this video, and if you enjoyed, leave a thumbs up down below, subscribe for dailies. I'll see you in the next video, and may the Force be with you until then.